Namaste, Jay and everyone. Welcome to MMK, the Eagle View. Today we are going to see a very important topic which we keep hearing now and then, but it has gone to a very alarming or a serious level. So we know the proxy war which has been launched by Pakistan and India, thousand cuts strategy, where a weaker enemy can't go on a full-fledged war with a bigger nation. So you try to cut them at 1,000 different places. So that's what Pakistan have been trying to bleed India, and have been reasonably successful as well. But now the threat has moved from physical combat, or you would say nature of terrorist attack, to something else. That is basically drugs. So they shifted the goalpost now. There is an article written in a Pakistani newspaper, The Dawn, where one of a leading columnist very close to the power circle of Pakistan has himself admitted that the militants in their language, with nothing but terrorists who are coming in from Pakistan to India, is being neutralized, and there is a reduction of terrorist activity by brutal Indian military action. This is what they say. So it's good that they have acknowledged that this concept of proxy war, sending in terrorists in the name of religion, indoctrination, and using elements like ISIS ideology is not going to work anymore, because it's been controlled by our security forces. They have shifted gears now. So now they are targeting the India's strength, which is the youth. We all know, like, almost 60% of our population will be less than the age of 30 in another few years. Our core strength remains our human resources, is primarily the younger generation of India. So this is what they are targeting right now, specifically in the border states of Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. So let's see the sequence of events in the month of December alone, in the past 15 days, reported by one of our security forces, which is the border security force, BSF. BSF and Punjab police in tandem, they operate in controlling this menace. So let's get into the detail of the incidents, then we'll go into the analysis. So all the incidents which I am reporting right now is in the month of December 2023. In a place called Nesta, district Amritsar, Punjab. So there's a 500 grams of heroin which was caught, dropped in a paddy field, and using a drone, Chinese drone, model is DJ Mavic 3. It's a very famous drone which most of the people use. And then in the second instance, we have Dhanokur in a district in Amritsar. District it is Amritsar. So there was a recovery of 570 grams of heroin taped in a waterproof paper with an yellow tape. Tantaran, there is one more recovery of 360 grams of heroin in a sealed bottle. This is the third incident. So what they are trying to do right now is they are using radium strips. We use it to glow in the night. The radium glows in the night, coated ones. You are using radium strips on the package to identify in the night. So how this works will come later. So this is the fourth recovery. Fifth one is in Rorenwala, Amritsar. 1 kg of heroin in 2 packs. You can see all those pictures and videos in your screen. The sixth recovery is in Fazilka, Punjab, where 3.182 kilograms of heroin was caught in a field with a waterproof bag with a radium dimmer, flasher. So here they have used a radium flasher. In the earlier one, they have used a radium strip. Now coming to the seventh incident, it is in Rorenwala. 450 grams of heroin was seized, and the DJ Mavic 3 classic drone was also shot down. Eighth one is in Ardoratan, district Amritsar, Punjab. Another incident of 500 grams of heroin was caught, dropped by a drone. How do they identify it's dropped by a drone? There is a hook which is latched onto that bundle pack of heroin. Ninth one, again in Tantaran district, DJ Mavic 3 drone was shot down. This is a made in China drone. And the 11th one is in village Dhoka, district Amritsar. 560 grams of heroin was caught. 12th incident, Rohilla Azi, Ferozpur district. 1 Pakistani drone, this is a made in China drone. Again DJ Mavic 3 was shot down. 13th incident, village Dal, again Tantaran district. A DJ Mavic 3 classic drone was shot down. 14th incident in village Dhanokalan, Amritsar district. Again, a DJ Mavic drone was shot down along with 1 kg of packed heroin. 15th incident, village Ranyan, district Amritsar, 400 grams of heroin was caught in the field. 16th incident, 555 grams of heroin was caught in village Dugri in Gurdaspur district. 17th incident, 2 smugglers along with 1 kg of heroin were caught in Ferozpur. So they were basically picking up this drug and they were heading up for a circulation. 17th incident, village Dal, again district Tataran, Punjab, in Punjab, 300 grams of heroin was caught. 18th incidents, 4 smugglers with drone, 2 Austria-made Glock pistols, 5 kg of heroin was caught. 19th incident, again in village Chankalan, Amritsar district. Here they have done something different because this flasher is an indication for a drone which is coming in. So the BSF could detect it. So now what they have done is, you have seen this Maverick drone where they have flashing lights. So they have black taped that flashing lights so as to avoid the detection. And then they have dropped 4 pistols in village Kalra. So 20 incidents in one particular zone of Punjab zone of BSF. This is what has been caught. What would have not been caught? It's not that our security forces are lackadaisical, but there are strong possibilities it would have evaded the naked eyes of humans. So we can scale it up to maybe 3x. So 80 to 90 incidents in just 15 days, which sums up to almost 200 to 150 to 200 incidents in a month. We can extrapolate for a year. So now let's understand why they are doing this. So there is a decline in terrorism. Pakistanis are struggling to recruit terrorists in their land because all these terrorists are going against them. Either they join TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or they join some local Baluch insurgent groups. There are Sindh insurgent groups. At the present, there are more than 70 active terrorist groups in Pakistan. So there is a shortage of recruits. This process of indoctrination, Islamic radicalization, getting them into it and then making them a terrorist. So this was a lucrative business once for Pakistan, especially the ISI. Now they are struggling big time. The second thing, the shelf life of a terrorist once he enters the Indian territory is almost less than 35 days now. So the day he comes and the day he gets killed, it's just only 35 days of shelf life he has got. So investing that money and the results they want to achieve is not concurrent. So they are slowly shifting away from this particular strategy into something else, that is spoil the youth of Punjab. We already have seen a decade of drug menace in Punjab. Now use of heroin, the primary drug which is used is heroin, secondary drug is cocaine. So both these drugs are heavily smuggled with the use of Chinese drones, specifically DJ Mavic 3. It's a very cheap drone which is available at disposal. China seems to have supplied a huge consignment of this drone. Lakhs of these drones has been given to Pakistan for this. Pakistani terrorist organizations which have their camps in the frontline bases of Pakistani defense. So they have made a very easy use of this. So this can ideally pick up a load of anywhere between 500 grams and as high as 1.5 kilograms, depending on what altitude it flies. So you can pinpoint, you can program it, you can operate it long distance, you have good cameras in it, and it also carries load. Secondly, it doesn't get detected in a radar because it's a low flying object. Thirdly, the international border is huge. You can't put a soldier every second feet to guard the border. And fifthly, it's a cost economic one, but the damage it does is exponential. So this is a well planned one. So how this entire cartel works, let's go one by one. You get the drones supplied from China, the DJ Mavics basically, because we can see a pattern that all these drones are basically DJ Mavic which is made by China and made in China. So these are bulk supplied to Pakistan. From their port, it gets distributed to all the frontline areas to this major terrorist groups which are against India, which is Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, ISIS, the Resistance Front and so on so. Now they get this consignment. The second thing they have to do is to train them. So there are specific training centers in major cities like Karachi and Peshawar, where all these terrorists are getting trained in operating this DJ Mavic zone. Drone, even it is like, even if you go to YouTube and see, check out the videos, you can even a kid can operate the drone. That's easy and it's user friendly. So they're effectively doing it. Now comes the drug. Now drug, thanks to Taliban, with whatever differences we may have, see them as a fundamental Islamic organization, they've done one good thing. They have gone heavily on the poppy cultivation. So the amount of drugs which was produced in Afghanistan has come down by almost 80%. And the balanced poppy cultivation is done in the remote areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where ISI agents and their retired military officers procure this from the Afghanistan side. Later on, it gets transported to the Makran coast. From Makran coast, it either goes to Iran or any African country. From the African country, via the Indian Ocean region, it gets distributed to China and elsewhere to the rest of the world. The other supply chain which comes is from the Makran coast and the in Pakistan-Afghanistan border. It gets smuggled by road officially by these people, and then it comes to the Indian border. Pakistan is eastern border, our western border. From there, it's made into small packages which can be fitted in a drone and transported in a drone. Generally, it's a 500-gram package, packed, well packed with a waterproof this thing, and then there is a radium tape or a blinker on it. Now, this is hooked onto a DJ Mavic 3 drone, and then later it is flown inside India, and it lands up at a specific place earmarked. Those places are generally the farm fields and the paddy fields of Punjab farmers. From there, it is picked up by their respective smugglers. The smugglers in turn take it into the city, and via road and by other means, they get transported across Punjab, parts of Haryana, and to the entire Jammu and Kashmir. So the production at the point of source, like Afghanistan, a kg of heroin is sold at around 75 lakhs Indian currency, 75 lakhs to 1 crore depending on the grade. The moment it comes into Pakistan, the value gets up by 50%, which is 1.5 crore. And when it comes to India, a good grade heroin would cost anywhere between 2 to 2.5 crore. So the list of incidents who had told, one drone which is worth a lakh plus carries 500 grams of heroin which is worth 1 to 1.5 crore. It comes into the field and then it is further transported. We call them in technical terms, narco terms, as mules. So they use mules. The mules in a lot of places they don't even know. It may be your Swiggy guy who doesn't know what he's picking up. It may be your Rapido guy who picks up something from place A to place B, the last mile logistics we call. So there are mules who are not aware that they are actually transporting drugs, and it ends up with the youth of Punjab, parts of Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. So this is a very, very serious threat which we are facing right now. And currently the BSF is aware, the BSF has been trained. There are weapons, long range weapons which has been given to the BSF. So generally they engage, they visually they see the drone and then they pick up their rifles and shoot it down. So this is a very conventional way of shooting down an aerial threat, but you have to be like, you can always take these are not high speed drones, these are low speed drones and low altitude drones. You can easily shoot it down. But the problem with this is the scale of deployment of your people, and imagine 24/7 or soldiers looking up on the sky. This is not a joke, or it is not practically feasible to shoot each and every drone. Kinetic way of engaging in a drone it's a very the rate of success is very less. The other way we can engage with them is by using a laser or by using a jammer. You immobilize the drone. The drone works on the principle of GPS. So the address is pre-fed. It generally picks up the GPS signal, and if you are able to disrupt its communication system between the master and the drone, typically they are called as external pilots. Between the EPs and the drone, you will be able to immobilize the drone. The drone literally falls where the communication fails. Now they are also using this to send pistols, arms and ammunitions. So it's a combo of narcos and weapons which will be used for terrorism. This is a very deadly combo. Kinetic way of engaging doesn't give us the right rate of return. So the list of incidents which I have listed out is officially been published by the BSF Punjab unit. This is just the tip of the iceberg. How many actually cross them? It's not to be blamed on our soldiers, but it's humanly impossible to keep an eye on the sky 24/7 and take on these drones. So there are better ways of, there need to be better ways of identifying this threat. We need to find a technical solution for this. The best way to engage these drones would be to engage them on a non-kinetic way. There are a couple of startups who are working in it. One of the startup in IIT Madras is working on this. There is a startup in Hyderabad which is working on this, but we are yet to see them deployed and operational. So this is the scale of problem we currently have in Punjab. And the drug trade thrives. Interventions at the government level is done by BSF and the Punjab police. So they have this reward campaign for honesty, the reward of honesty, which when a farmer finds something like this, a drone or a package in his field, if he reports to the police, he gets rewarded. That's the pictures you see on the screen, where a couple of good Samarians, good farmers, good citizens have handed over to them. But these are all interventions which are very, very subjective. If a person decides to give it up, because half a kg of heroin, as I told you, is going to cost more than excess of a crore. If somebody bribes them 5 lakhs, the human may say, yes, take it, how does it matter me? But the cost of rehabilitation of this youth, we currently don't have such infrastructure in our country. Rehabilitation of drug addicts, it's at a very nascent stage in our country. And these drug addicts can also create a lot of law and order problems, lot of crimes related to drugs, because somebody is high on drugs, he goes and stabs someone. We see such hate crimes and drug related crimes happening across the world. And specifically in India, the border districts of Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab, even the entire state of Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir is in a deep trouble. So this needs to be addressed. You can put it in the comment section with whatever knowledge you have in terms of better ways of dealing with it. We will put it up to the concerned people. But this is a very clear security threat. Pakistan has clearly shifted its gears, and we need to have similar response to Pakistan. So when the terrorists come in, do something like Pulwama, we went inside, we struck deep inside their territory. But for a low intensity threat like a drone, cheap Chinese drone being flown into Indian airspace, dropping this narcotics, we need to find a way to retaliate. It may be an enhanced cross-border firing, it may be firing a small arms in Pakistan, or it may be taking on certain specific targets which are used as launch pads to take off this drone. But something has to be done by the government to address this. And these drones are Chinese drones. As I said, Mavic 3 Classic and Mavic 3 Pro. These are the majorly used drones. We can now see how technology can be so disruptive to humankind. So this also needs to be factored, regulation of drones. And the politics part of it, currently the Aam Aadmi Party with the full majority is ruling the state. Central government has issued a notification 6 months back increasing the powers, in the sense increasing the territorial powers of BSF. So from the border, where in the international border we have a fence between India and Pakistan, from there are territories like up to 1 kilometer which comes under BSF. There are places where threat levels are as high as 5 kilometers. Now the central government has published a notification giving rights for BSF to operate as deep as 0 to 20 degree from the international border, 20 kilometers to up to 30 kilometers from the international border. Certain places in Gujarat where the threats are less, the area of BSF responsibility has been reduced. But there's a huge politics which has been spun around this, that they are taking the powers of state, those areas should not be governed. Technically, if the BSF has to do something outside its area of control, area of responsibility, then it has to actually go to the civil police. Operationally, when a drone flies at such speeds and then it suddenly crosses your territory, it's not possible for you to call up Punjab police and say, boss, here is a drone which is coming into your territory, my limit is over, you please take it on from here. It's highly operationally impossible. So Aam Aadmi Party should stop playing politics in this very, very dangerous threat to our youth, and both the central and the state governments has to address this issue immediately in terms of better ways of managing these drones, in terms of better retaliation which Pakistanis will understand, and in terms of sensitizing the people of the drug menace. Hope you like this video. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you all. Jai Hind.